What are you breaking my balls for?
All right, welcome to another episode of Breakin Ballz with Johnny P. I'm your host, and of course, sitting with me tonight, one of my dear friends, the king of swing. He's an actor, he's a producer, he's a writer. We got Martini Jr. with us. What's up, buddy?
Your Eminence. Always glad to be here, man. Being your right-hand man. It's good because I'm not a lefty, so I couldn't help you if I was your left-hand man, you know what I'm saying? But it's good to be. I came to the studio tonight, I'm looking in the monitor. Can you bust balls about my hair? I look like fucking Jarrell from Superman today. I don't know what is going on here with my hair. It's time for a haircut. Remember Jarrell, Marlon Brando, and Superman? Ugh.
See,
Ugh.
Lou Martini can only give me a hand job in the movie theater, not when I'm driving, but with that right hand.
I didn't want to go there, John, but you went there.
So listen, we have two great guests with us tonight. One of them has already been on the show, my previous shows with us. He's an editor. He's an author. He has a new book out. We got Nick Christophers. What's up, Nick? How you doing?
Very dapper as always, Nick. Very dapper.
Good seeing you guys. Thank you.
And up-and-coming independent actor, writer, producer. He's been around for a long time, and he's been grinding in. Good-looking guy. With us tonight, Joe Sernio.
Thank you, guys.
Joe and I have actually worked together already a few times, man. One of the young, gifted people in our industry, man.
Yes.
And a good guy. That's what I like about
I remember
Joe.
when he was really young.
I was going to say, I call a spade, but you can't say that anymore, right? You can't say I call a spade anymore, right, Nick? Can you? All right.
Listen, I don't know. This whole nation can kiss my ass. That's all I can
There
say.
you go. There you go.
There comes the old Johnny P. See, Joe looks young when he doesn't have that big beard on. When he has the beard on, he looks older. 100%. Now you get your bait because you got a baby face, and that's great.
I shaved today for you.
I had a baby
That's
face.
a shave?
I just buzzed.
But that's the shadow. That's the look.
Yeah, I know. I use it
do it.
myself. Yeah, I use it myself. I shaved yesterday.
So what's up, guys? I know you got a lot going on. Nick, you got a new book coming out. I got it right here. It's called Flowers Are Not Forever. Excellent name. You got some beautiful women on here. Talk about this.
I'm not going to tell you the whole story.
No.
obviously.
Listen, this ain't that type of show. Let me know what's going on with it.
Well, the book was it came out not too long ago, about a couple of months ago, actually. I self-published it first, but then a London publisher just picked it up, and it should be out maybe another week or two under their label, Golden Storyline Books.
Great.
From London, which I'm pretty excited about, which is a pretty cool thing. That's a second company that picked up, second London company that picked up my first book, Destinies, was also picked up by a London company called Austin Macaulay, that's also here in New York. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, awesome. Joe, what's going on? You got like handful of new movies coming on.
Yeah, just running around, just
coming out.
Keeping busy. That's it. A couple features this year and a pilot that I shot, and heading to another feature, heading out for the month of November, and just trying to keep busy. That's it.
What's the best one out of all of them? You got the Bassett Sons, Love. Then you got Horsepower, right?
Horsepower is that pilot. Favorite I loved was probably one of my character-wise one of my favorites, but they're all
Talk to me.
They're all
Come
fun.
on. People
They're
want to
all
know
fun.
what's going on.
It's it's an idea that it started. I wanted a monologue basically, and I got the idea from a friend of mine that I saw who was on another show, and just kind of quick story, quick monologue that turned into a short film and wound up taking us all over the world.
See, Joe is doing the right thing because I being a working actor, I'm a working guy. But the last few years, when I noticed that work was slowing down for myself, you got to create your own content in this business. Like, look at even Nick with the publishing. Nick is not waiting for a publisher to come publish his book. He's self-published. Now, how do you go about self-publishing? When you say self-publish and you're putting the book out yourself, what's that process like?
It's pretty simple. It's not that difficult, actually. It's Kindle. It's called, KDP Publishing. It's called. It's tied up with Amazon, and it's a very simple process. It's a little painstaking.
So you're basically submitting the whole book to Amazon under this name of whatever you just said, the company.
Yeah, but you got to put it all together yourself. They don't do it.
Well, that's
for
what I'm
you.
asking. What's the process of
you upload the book, you upload the cover, the manuscript rather. You upload.
Oh, so they don't do
book.
anything. They just take the content as is.
It's like making a record. You got to give them the master and then all the graphic artwork, and then
Right.
send it in.
But that's what you got to do these days. And these two guys are examples of doing it. Joe is making his own television pilots and his own movies. And I just recently saw Joe at a festival. Joe, what was the name of the movie where you were with the truck driver and?
Oh, Loved. That was Loved. Yeah.
That's the short.
Brilliant. Just Joe was brilliant in it as always. And if you guys get to see that online somewhere, it's called Love. Please,
Love is
please
on
go see it. It's
Amazon,
phenomenal
iTunes.
work by Joe. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Yeah, you have. I think you have to. I kind of. It was right around the COVID where I kind of just said, you know what, like, just try producing my own stuff. And I did fall in love with it for sure. Other than being in front of the camera, I love producing.
These two guys are doing it the right way, and I wish I would have started early. They're creating their own content. Nick is self-publishing. Joe is making his own pilots and movies. They're not waiting on the couch, waiting for the agencies to call or the producers to call, you know. And I just think that's, especially today, that's what you got to do. You got to create content. You got to create content. Yeah. You know. So Nick, the self-publishing. So what do you do there? You send that to somebody. How does that work when you say self-publishing?
Oh, you upload it on KDB Publishing, it's called, and KDB Publishing is connected with Amazon.
Okay.
And you put your contact.
Also, like Amazon has their little publishing leg or whatever that you send.
Right. And you upload your manuscript. You upload the cover, like the one that John just showed you.
Right.
And they get back to you. They tell you whether it's aligned correctly. If it's not, you got to fix it. You got to put it back up again.
Now, who prints the hard copies? Obviously, there's hard copies of your book.
Not
so
just,
who prints those?
Cover, really, they do it all. But they charge you. There's a manufacturing cost to me for them to make the book.
Oh, it's like if you pay Amazon to put your movie on there, you four-wall, and basically they do the same thing with books.
Right.
So you're paying a fee or whatever they're charging you.
It's almost like when you're doing a record. It's the same thing. You got to have your master, and you have to have all your graphic work ready. And if it's not ready, then they're not going to print it. But you always got to have your barcode.
Yeah, but are you paying a record company to print the albums?
Yeah, well, it's just say if I ordered 500 CDs or 500 records or 5,000 CDs. Nick, I think, is selling them as order. They sell them. They make them as they go, right?
Order,
That's what
right.
they do with the books, so they don't sit on the shelf. When you're doing digital downloads with music, that's different because it's just a digital download. But if you want an actual CD, they don't just print them out. They're already made, and the record company makes them in, like, say, CD Baby or iTunes. They already have them.
No, I would assume, like I said, I would assume if you're signed with a record company, you're not paying them to do things. You're signed with the record company.
No, but if you're an independent guy, like we were independent,
yeah,
that's what we had to do. Same exact in him. But like, I still got a couple of hundred CDs of mine in the closet, which is good. I want them there if I could give them to people as memories, you know. And I'm actually going to order more. Just if I could
get
always
those
have
CDs
them.
out of the closet, John. Get them out of the closet.
Get them out of the closet. Like
you and your CDs come out of the closet.
That's it, like you did.
But the issue is no one has a CD player to play the CDs.
That's
well, you
right.
know what it is? That's the whole thing now.
I do.
Yeah.
I still do.
I still do. The old timers do, and I have a lot of CDs. But now that I actually got Apple and all this other bullshit, the last 6 months, and I'm like, I got fucking 3,500 CDs over here, couple hundred records. I love that stuff. But everything is like every album that you want is here.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like blasting that through a 300-watt rack system like I got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could hear everything. That's what I like about it.
You can't buy a car now with a CD player.
It's a special
I
order.
bought my car 2 years ago, and I popped it. I literally, like the second they had the car, I went to pop a CD, and I'm like, you got to be
It's
kidding
a special
me,
order.
man.
My mother was very annoyed because she likes CDs. Believe it,
So that's a special order on
It's
cars
a special
now.
order,
Wow.
or you got to go to like PC Richards and buy a custom one, and they put them in over there. I did that in the work van. I got the whole like 9 yards in there with the fucking CD. But the younger generation, they don't know what the hell's going on. But the rack system, the cassette, the record player, I love just to take it out, just to remember where we came from, where it started.
And the next is AM radio. They're trying to take AM radio out of the new cars.
Really?
There's all kinds of lawsuits and litigation.
The problem is with
they're
AM.
trying to take AM radio out of cars. now.
Louis, the problem with AM, they never, ever had that coming in clear with a lot of these
No,
cars.
but the thing about it now is it's about censorship. They want to censor talk radio in
that's
this
why they don't
country.
wanna.
And all the talk radio is on AM radio, and they want to censor that. Has nothing to do with FM radio or anything else, it's just that they want to stop talk radio.
Yeah, well,
Again, they want the people to be as misinformed or less informed as possible, and this way it's easy to control people that way.
Well, WABC was AM. Now it's a podcast that's on your phone, and like Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan's podcast is in 97 countries right now.
Well, Listen, he just had Donald Trump on there 3.5
countries.
hours. I listened to half of it.
97 countries.
He's good. He's good, Joe Rogan.
Very
For
good.
sure.
Yeah.
I did stand-up with Joe back in the day.
Oh, yeah?
Many years ago, yes.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago when I was living in L.A. and doing the stand-up thing.
See, he's a guy you would never think could or would do a podcast until like you listen to him because he's just a regular guy.
He's fantastic at what he does.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Another guy that I like is, you guys watch Andrew Schultz? He's a stand-up comedian. He has a podcast, somewhat like this. He brings on his 3 or 4 guys, and they just shoot the shit. And it's really entertaining, really good. And he's a brilliant stand-up comedian, too. If you ever get a chance to see his stand-up, his name is Andrew Schultz. I did a pilot with him back in the day. Very good, very good. His podcast is blown
I
up.
like that last
Matter of fact, he had Trump on, too. He had Trump on, too. And, of course, his audience gave him a lot of shit for having Trump on.
Just like that last knucklehead that we had to deal with last time, right? The comedian.
Oh, the show will go unnamed, and he will go unnamed. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
had a
can't
guy on. And the thing that we talked about Johnny is, the thing that I love about Johnny is he's self-depreciating. You know, I like that in a man. This guy here there wasn't 1 ounce of humility. Now Nick is an expert on organized crime and street crime and mafiosa and the Greek mafia and all that kind of stuff. Nick has done many appearances. He's a known guy, go-to guy. They go to Nick when they know something. But who are these guys that you've never heard of, you've never seen of? Maybe they ran numbers for 2 weeks back in the day, coming on YouTube and telling all these stories.
I know, I can't stand
and
it.
I was this guy's right-hand man, and I was here when this guy murdered this guy, and I know for... Oh, God, bust some balls on that. Who are these nobodies coming out of the woodwork now, just talking about their glorified organized crime background, and it's just ridiculous, man. It's one guy after another. I mean, they're all over the place, and Nick knows probably half of them.
Yeah, I probably do. I don't know which one you're talking about, but there is a few. Anthony Raimondi is one of them.
Oh, he's naming names. Here we go.
No, well, he can.
I
Listen,
don't care. I'll name him. I don't give a damn. Yeah, Anthony, I met him, actually. He came out to Brooklyn once. He met with me because he wanted me to help him write his book. And then when I heard his
His
stories,
book about what? I mean, what is his book about? Robbing candy stores?
He
when
went
was
and tried
20?
to
I mean,
kill
who
the
cares,
Pope.
right?
he killed 300 people. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, he said he killed 300
He
people.
went to try to kill the Pope in Italy. All these like interesting stories. I looked at him. I said, in my head, I'm saying, this guy's out of his freaking mind.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this book.
but you think he did kill 300? A lot
I don't
of
think he
300 's
killed
a lot
maybe
of people.
300 ants in his apartment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about it.
That's what I'm saying.
I
All
don't
these guys are
think-
coming out of the woodwork, John.
He's
You
one
know,
of 'em.
I was Gotti's right-hand man. I was
Yeah,
Joe
when
Colombo's
everybody's dead,
driver.
that's when people come out with the stories, you know?
Like Gianna Russo, another one, who claimed he slept with Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe probably wouldn't even look at him.
No kidding. Yeah, listen,
I mean, give me.
He's a fascinating guy.
he's a very interesting fella.
He is a
Yeah,
fascinating
really.
Those
guy.
fucking shoes he wears, bro. Come on, where'd he get them from? Peter Pan?
But what's with the
Fascinating
film? Like, is there like there's people slowly getting into film that know nothing about film or television or this or that? Is there? I mean, there's got to be a reason behind it.
but
Is it?
I was telling you
hiding
guys
money,
off
or-
air beforehand. I just had a meeting with somebody that's doing a movie up in Boston. They were talking to me about doing it. And I was like, oh, so who's involved? And And all of a sudden they brought up 3 names. I'm like, are you kidding me? We're taping a show in here, please.
Shut up!
Shut up. We're breaking balls in here.
I don't know who's fighting out there.
That's a brawl. Can we get a camera in there, please? There's a brawl in the hallway.
Why don't you just take it over?
There was no fatalities in the hallway. Let everybody know it's all okay.
I thought we had to go out there and take care of
Old
business.
school. No, we're good.
I was all ready to go.
Well, you're always ready to go. That's one of your problems, hothead. Knuckles.
What's your fucking problem?
Knuckles?
What's your problem?
But my problem this week in the sports world, we try to do this thing where I'm going to break balls in the sports, break balls in the sports world once an episode. And this will hit home with Nick because I know Nick is a huge New York Ranger fan. He's a maniac. Okay.
Yeah, I like
I gotta break balls. I gotta break balls. Not only the New York Rangers, not only the New York Mets, not only the New York Yankees, not only the New York Knicks, not only the Brooklyn Nets, not only the New York Islanders, that it takes a women's basketball team to bring the first championship to New York City. We just had let's have a nice hand for the New York Liberty.
Get out of here.
Yes.
I don't follow.
New York City, but New York City, with all their money and buildings and facilities and fans, has not won a world championship in any sport since 2009 before the Liberty Girls brought it home the other day. So I'm breaking balls of everybody in New York, especially that roots for the teams, that follows the teams and spends money on these teams, their hard-earned bucks, the season ticket holders. Where's your championships, Nick? Give me one. Rangers 1994, Islanders 1984, New York Yankees, right? The most prestigious team in all of sports have not won a championship since 2009, my friend.
That long, huh?
2009. The New York Mets, the amazing Mets, 1986.
Well, the Mets...
I mean, come on, New York City, bring a championship home. And thank you. You can't break balls on the Liberty. Why?
Why?
Because they ain't got no balls. They're girls. Yeah, and that's my sports breaking balls of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sure.
Was that good, Nick? You like that?
That was perfect. That was
I'm
beautiful.
sure Mayor Giuliani has a different point of view. I mean, what's going on with all this stuff with Giuliani?
Lost his house. He lost everything for all his defense bills. He's actually got a Kickstarter campaign to help him out. And people forget, John, Rudy was a great mayor.
He was the best.
Great mayor. Great mayor.
And look, the guy's in his 80s and he has to deal with this shit.
God bless. It's just, again, this show is not political, but we touch on topics sometimes. We're breaking balls. And
we're looking after one of New York's finest mayors we ever had. So, but
And he's trying to raise money for himself. Is that?
He's got a Kickstarter campaign.
Really?
He's broke. The guy's broke.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
it's a
Sad.
A guy like that.
Yeah. But New York City in general, like I said, I mean, the sports is the tip of the iceberg with the problems in New York right now. I'll tell you that. We all live in New York. You want to break New York's balls. Right?
So listen, guys. Let's talk about what's your opinion on and your point of view on Hollywood these days, and where you think it's going in the future. And be honest.
You're asking Joe or you're asking me?
I'm asking Joe.
Okay, I
You're
got
not a
my-
movie star, a
But
Hollywood
I got a
star.
lot of,
I'm probably the wrong person.
Not yet.
I'm trying to make a film, so
No,
I
I
have my
know.
opinion.
Listen, take it easy. I was fucking with
Yeah,
you.
Nick can tell you what we've gone through the last
Well,
2
listen,
years.
let Joe talk.
I don't think I'm the right person to ask because I haven't been in it like some of the old school. The guys that are really pissed off at Hollywood, I'm not. Number one, I keep my mouth shut.
Not even being pissed
Two,
off. I said, what do you see Hollywood going in the future?
I just see where the industry itself is going. I don't know. I mean, Luke could probably agree to this too. It's where's the auditions, right? Where's the work? I haven't worked, and we did one film in LA in the last year, but other than that, there's not much coming in that I've done. I don't know where it's going, to be honest with you. I mean, the studios are still
And
there.
that's
Studios
the
are
perfect
still
answer
there.
because nobody knows. It's really,
yeah.
it's a downtime. Unless you're making a Marvel movie, nobody's going to see your movie unless it's a Marvel movie. It's very specific.
Blockbuster.
It's very, it's very specific. It's very streamlined into exactly what they're doing, what they're making, what they will do. It's a sad state of affairs, if you ask me. I mean, you're not seeing great stories anymore, and what that means is great storytellers like Nick, who's a wonderful storyteller, is not given the opportunity to tell his story because he doesn't have fucking Spider-Man climbing a building in his book.
Yeah.
You understand me? And that's where we're at now. So if you want to break Hollywood's balls for that, it's in my book, it's a total lack of creativity. It's the same thing with theater.
Yeah.
Live theater in New York, it's all shows that have been done 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
It's all shows that have been done 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, Nick, I wasn't coming to you saying, I looked at him, I said, actor.
No, I know.
You're a writer and you're an editor and you're trying to get a film going. Once you get acting, then your title gets to get put actor. But I nothing against
please, we have enough actors. Don't have
against-
Nick acting
none,
now.
Yeah, none against
I
you.
did that already.
I did bullshit, but I'll never say I'm an actor because I wouldn't even say I'm an actor.
I don't think it's only acting though. I think it's just the world we're in right now. It's not. I think everything is slow. Like it's not just auditions or acting or making movies or this or that.
Yeah, people
I think
don't
the whole
take
world's
risks
changing.
anymore,
Yeah,
Joe. You know,
there's
people
no
don't
risk.
take risks.
I mean,
No
look at all the stuff that's coming out in the public now about all this scandal with Puff Daddy, and then Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it's going all the way up the ladder. What I hear from a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be getting thrown underneath the bus.
That's good.
And there's going to be a lot of people exposed. And you know what?
Or are there?
If
Who
you
knows?
did do what you did, and you're making all this money on people and being an animal, you know.
Look, Hollywood is a sick town, John. I've lived there. I've experienced it. I've been doing this all my life. My very first interview, when I first moved to Hollywood the first time in 1986, the guy made the moves on me. And I literally
And that's
walked
a
out of the
problem.
office
That's a
crying,
problem.
called my mom, was like, Mom, my very first interview, and I'm going to have to deal with this shit?
Yeah.
The guy coming on to me? I didn't come out here for this shit.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
all of that is bullshit. Sexual harassment. guys and women, guys and guys, whatever. Just you hear all the stories of the people that make it, and it's not good. You're literally selling your soul.
It's an industry that people that are not well mentally that gravitate to. That's what and Joe knows. Again, this is what we deal with.
Yeah.
on
I think
a daily
it's,
basis.
It's though, yeah, but there's some people that just focus
But there are
on
great
like,
people too.
There's people that want to work. There's people that want to tell
Yeah.
stories. There's people that want to make movies, and there's people that just want to become famous.
I mean, look at
And
the
that's
people.
it.
Look at
That's
the
all they
people
want.
with the power control. And you're not going to mention anything with anything, but then you get murder that's involved with it. Who's killing who because they want to be more popular? Or they're threatened by the person. It's like, what the fuck is that? You know, I mean, you know, and it's usually a majority of people in their own group that does it to themselves. It's like you all go up together and then they're whacking each other.
Well, Hollywood's in trouble. It's definitely in trouble.
Yeah, well,
It's in a fiscal crisis. It's in a moral crisis like the rest of the country is, and it's fiscally in a crisis.
And
right
then you
now.
get the smart people that, like say Al Pacino. A lot of these guys, they just stay low key.
I just started reading his book. He just came out with a book called Sonny Boy.
Oh yeah,
I was so excited to buy it, and because I
you read
love
the whole
Al.
thing, you know?
No, I just started.
Is it good?
I just started. It's going to be a brilliant book, I'm sure. He's had a brilliant life.
Now what is it? His life story? All right, cool. I got
Yeah, it's called Sonny Boy. Yeah,
Sonny Boy.
Sonny Boy.
I can't. Yeah, it's amazing. So Nick, talk to me. You got this film coming out. Let me see. That's my agent.
Saying that there's no work for you, John.
Hello. Call me tomorrow.
You know, you remind me of You remind me of Joe Franklin.
Yeah.
And we would sit in Joe's
Well,
office.
I'm starting to look like Joe Franklin
And
in
we
my
sit in
older
Joe's
age.
office, and the phone would ring. Let me just take this. Yeah, call me Tuesday. Every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, call me Thursday. Call me Thursday.
No, yeah, that was Joe Franklin all the time.
All the time. You'd be in. For you younger viewers who don't know who Joe Franklin is, Joe Franklin is a legendary local New York talk show host, one of Johnny's mentors. Just a wonderful, wonderful guy. And he had his office in New York, and he had an open door policy.
Yeah.
You could walk up in there and just say, "Hey, Joe, how you doing?" And he'd be like, "You know what? Call me Tuesday. I got something for you Tuesday." And of course, he never had anything, but he was just that kind of person where he wanted to help people out.
He wanted to help people. In his older age, he got more like that. But when he wanted to give you something, he would test you. Like if he never met you before, like when I first met him and he got introduced because I wanted him on my show, I wound up getting him like a couple of years later. But yeah, make sure you call me on Thursday next week. Thursday next week, 3 o'clock. Don't forget, Thursday next week, 3 o'clock. Call him next week. Johnny, how you doing? I love you. Yeah, listen, I'm working on things. Call me next Friday at 2. Next Friday at 2. I've been doing this. And after a while, after I got pissed. I was like, Joe, what the fuck? I go, you keep telling me to call you. You go, nah, listen, kid, come in next week. Could you come in into my office at 12 o'clock on Tuesday? I go, yeah, I'll be there. We went in there. We started talking, and that was it. I booked him for the show. That's when we had Big Ange on the show. But after that,
Tell the people what his office looked like.
Yeah, it was nostalgia, but it was like such a hoarder of post bills and sheet music.
You had like 3
and
inches, John, right?
albums.
3 inches of space. When you'd come in the door
Yeah.
would barely open.
Yeah.
You would squeeze through the door like this.
There
and
was
you'd have
stuff
3 inches of a
stacked
pathway
all over the place.
to his desk.
But if you asked him, say like, let me get the Johnny Carson show from 1977, might be like.
He'd find it exactly, exactly where it was.
And then it was a book I wanted. I go, Joe, I couldn't find that book. It's sold out. I go, let me get that. He goes, no, don't touch that. And then I was going to grab it. It would have been like a domino effect if I would have took it because everything would have fell. But yeah, long live Joe Franklin, man. God bless him.
Yeah. One of the greats, And we talked about this, remember, just recently when I had the memorial for him downtown.
You were there.
I was there.
We were there, Richard Bay.
I was there.
And our friend Steve Guerin.
Curtis Sliwa was there.
Curtis.
Yeah. But a lot of the big stars that he started out and gave them their first TV appearance that should have been there,
Weren't there.
that's some balls to break.
Well, he told the story on the show, and he says it in his book. The people that he started out, a lot of them will come back. And then a lot of them wouldn't come back. Like once they made it big and they seen him walking on one side of the street, they would just keep walking. And Barbra Streisand was one of them. But yeah, they didn't want to. He said they didn't want to remember where they came from. Me, I don't know. Who knows? You should never forget where you came from, especially
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
I think I told this story. Did I tell this story about me getting fired from Funny Girl?
No.
I don't remember now because we've done a bunch
You
of
got
these shows
fired
now.
so many times.
No,
I don't
there's
know.
one time I got fired. I was working on the movie Funny Girl with Barbra Streisand. So this is 1968. 8, I want to say.
so
So
you
I'm
were a
7
baby.
years old. Yeah, I was a baby. And I must have been doing baby things on the side. We're shooting a scene in the train station. And I must have been being a kid. I must have been making noise, you know? So she's about 6 feet away, and she's taking direction from the direction. She turns around and says, somebody want to shut that kid up? So literally, I just turned around, and what came out of my mouth was, oh, why don't you go fix your nose?
No way.
Bang! I started getting yelled at. My father ran on the set. What's going on? That kid needs to go, but he's a wise ass, or whatever she said, whatever she
I
called
didn't know
me.
that story.
And I have the picture on my wall. There's a wonderful, wonderful actress by the name of Anne Francis. Was very, very popular back in the day. She's no longer with us, but I had the picture of Anne Francis. She took me to the side, and I was crying while my father was getting yelled at by Barbara Streisand and the director about me being a snotty kid or whatever. And with my little knickers and my little outfit, because you know it's a period piece, funny girl. And I remember something to the effect where she was saying, she just, look, Lou, we know that she's not a nice person and nobody likes her, but we can't say nasty things like fix your nose to her. I'm like, okay, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. The one and only time I was fired from the business.
How old were you?
I had to be 7 probably, because I think the movie came out in '68. I want to say.
Well, I think
So-
that's good that you told her that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Good for you.
Well, kids are honest, right? When you're 7 or 8 years old, you got no filter. You know, you talk about breaking balls. A 7-year-old break your balls like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got no filter.
You topped me. I don't think I would have told someone they got a big nose at that age.
You just did it last week. Are you kidding me? Come on. I was on a. Tell them the story about breaking balls. About you almost getting into a fight with 2 Irishmen. Us minding his own business on the subway.
Oh no, they weren't Irish.
Yes, they would. They had brogues, bro.
What did they have?
Brogues, Irish brogues.
I thought they
Accents.
I thought they were like Albanian or
No,
something.
I remember it as clear as day. They had Irish brogues. And I'm like, John, what are you doing? And they were 2 big guys. Too. I don't remember what happened, but
I took
all of a
care-
sudden he's arguing with the guys about something. I don't know.
I took care of them. I gave him the old Johnny P look.
Yeah,
But that's frightening. Isn't that frightening, ladies and gentlemen? That's frightening.
very frightening.
No, I can't give you the look right now when we're just joking around. I have to feel the temperature rise in my brain. For me to
Got it. You gotta get in the moment.
I have to feel heated.
Jeez, jeez. Nick has a temper on him. I've seen Nick's temper. He plays a little quiet
He's
guy.
a humble
I'm just a humble little author.
Humble guy.
Yeah,
If we talk about somebody we all know.
I
yeah,
know.
my
There was a story.
temperature may rise. But
Right, there was a
what?
story the other day that you told me somebody was busting your balls in a restaurant. You threw some guy out of a window in a restaurant. What was that story at the restaurant? You had to fight in
You
the
threw
restaurant.
someone out of a window?
No, he had a fight. He had a fight. Well, I just started to get friendly with Nick. You know, he's starting to open up to me and tell me these stories. And Nick is no joke over here, man, with that little fedora over there and whatever he's got going on. He told me, what's the story about the fight in the restaurant? It's a very funny story, too.
It was not funny, but it was at a restaurant in Howard Beach, in Lenny's Clam Bar,
No, that's a great
on
place.
Cross Bay Boulevard.
Yeah,
And I was with somebody we all know. I'm not going to mention his name.
right.
And he looked at both of us and he said, "I know who you guys are," and blah blah blah. I never saw this guy in my life. And he comes over to us and he's like hugging us. "You guys are great," blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden he starts frisking both of us, and he didn't take anything. And I'm like, "What the hell is this guy doing?"
Like frisking, putting his hands on you, like frisking you.
Did he grab your
Frisking,
nuts?
so I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" And next minute, I know the guy I'm with, again, not mentioning names, he left to go get supposed help. Big tough guy.
Well, he left you alone
Left
with
me
this
by
guy
myself with
frisking
this
you.
freaking lunatic. And the next minute, I know, I turn around and the guy puts his hands on me. And this guy's much bigger than me. And he pushes me. I push him back. I don't give a shit who you are. I ain't scared of nobody.
See,
So
here
I
it
push him
comes.
back. And then the manager of the place and the bartender separate us. And as this guy's just escorting him out, he turns around, he's looking at me, he calls me a fucking rat. Excuse my French. But I never ratted anybody.
That's the
I
worst
don't know
thing
what
you
he's
tell the
talking
wise
about.
guy is call him a rat, right?
So he leaves. I turn around to pay the bill. The other guy hasn't come back yet, mind you. He went to get help. So
He ran for the hills.
this Gabon comes back inside again.
Get help.
And he comes over, he's behind me, and I turn around, I'm like, oh shit, this guy's back. He puts his hands on me again, pushes me, I push him back. And then he punches me in the head. Now, I'm like stunned. I'm like, whoa, this guy just hit me? And I was about to go at him. And then he separated us again, escorting him out of the place. And the manager of the Lenny's Comes over to me, he says, Nick, please go through the side door. I said, I'm going through the front door. He said, he's in the front door. I don't care. I'm not afraid of this guy. I'm going through the front door. No, please go through the side door. All right, I go through the side. I go through the side door. I get a phone call. The mama look that I was with, that went to get help, calls me up. Everything all right? Where are you? I said, where the hell did you go? You left me alone with this maniac. The next day, my friend Johnny A calls me. Johnny A, like that is, who was the ex-bodyguard of John Gotti Jr., calls me up, and I tell him the story. And he tells me, hang up the phone, I'm going to call you back in 2 hours. He calls me back in 2 hours. He tells me, you have any idea who you had a fight with? I go, no, I have no freaking clue. He said, you had a fight with a Gambino guy. I said, what? I said, get out of here. He says, no, don't go to Howard Beach for a little while. I said, all right.
That's great. I remember. I think you told me that.
Yeah,
But they had to have a
That's
sit down in order to straighten it out,
They
right?
had to sit down for
They
it.
had to,
Believe
they
it
had
or
to
not.
straighten it out. Somebody had to talk for Nick. Had an actual sit down.
great.
Tony
That's
Knapp.
pretty wild.
Tony
You
Napoli.
know Tony Napoli?
God bless Tony.
God
Is he
bless
still
Tony.
around?
No, he passed.
He passed, right?
passed,
Tony
yeah.
Knapp.
Tony
Tony
passed.
Knapp was Jimmy Knapp's son.
Yeah.
Right.
Jimmy Knapp was a big-time guy in the Genovese family. And Tony was involved, too. And, yeah, Tony went to a sit-down for us.
Tony
in
was
Howard
the
Beach.
best.
Yeah, Tony was a good guy. And, you know,
Is this guy that you had the problem with still around?
I don't know if he's still around right now. You know, I'll say his name. I don't give two shit.
No, you have to say it. I'm just wondering if he's still around. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still around. He probably not with the clownish things he does. You know, you don't in that life you don't go start crap with a so-called citizen.
Yeah.
You don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he made himself look foolish because in a place like that where guys go and eat, you know, those kind of
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
you don't start shit.
Yeah.
So this guy was a fool.
Yeah.
But it was fun, I got to tell you that.
It's funny. I remember when you told me the story because we were just becoming friends, and you know, Nick is this author and highly educated, whatever like that, and he tells these wise guy stories. I'm like, what kind of life did you lead, my friend? You're from Queens too, right? Yeah, we're Queens guys.
Rockaway Park.
Yeah, I'm a Queens guy too.
And Joe, you're hailing from New Jersey, right?
Jersey all the way, yeah. Born and raised.
Born
in
and
Jersey
raised,
City.
huh? So
Yep.
what's next for you?
I have a feature film coming up that we're shooting out in Vegas, and trying to push horsepower. That's it. We had a private screening in Colorado with the pilot, and just gonna try to push that.
Good.
See how far we get with that.
I wish
the
you all the-
trailer's out. The trailer just came out.
I wish you all the best with everything, man.
Thank you.
know, just
Thank
keep
you.
on keeping on.
That's it. That's all you could do.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
43.
Get out of here. No way. Are
He's
you?
43.
He's a baby.
Yeah, but he doesn't look it at all.
No, I always think of Joe as a 25-year-old because
I
I
thought
know
he-
Joe for about 20
I was-
years.
Yeah, we go back a
when he was
while.
like in his 20s. We did a couple of projects together.
That's good. I was going to say maybe 30.
Yeah.
I give you 30.
Shit, when I was 43, I was 43. I
I'll
looked
do
like I was
30, my own.
35. It was fucking great those days. I missed them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a number, right?
that's
Yep,
it.
just a number.
Another day above ground is better than a day underground, right?
You got that right, 100%. That's for sure.
You're so fucking poetic. I love it.
Yeah, very poetic. Yeah, he's poetic.
How much time we at now?
Listen, you don't count the clock when we're taping. Wise guys don't do that. You know that.
I love that he considers himself a wise guy.
Yeah.
I never
The
say I was-
fucking talk show host, you know, a wise guy.
I'm not a wise guy. I always like to.
You just said wise guy is dope.
I always practice that for whenever I get a big audition one day. I'm already in character. You know?
Yeah, you're in
You are a
character,
character,
right?
my friend. You're a living, walking, breathing character.
I tell you a
Johnny P.
funny story. As like I improv with this. We were at my cousin Vinny's wedding about 15 years ago. It was with my Uncle Joe. My whole family was there, but my mother and my Uncle Joe were online for food. And there was about 30 people. So I just cut the line and I went in front of my mother. And
course.
I just cut the line.
in front of my mother and my uncle. So, and I'm hanging out there, and some guy goes, "Hey, listen, fella." He goes, "There's a line in the. You guys supposed to go all the way to the back." I go, "Really?" I go, "Wise guys don't wait in line." And he goes, "Oh, I didn't know that." And I just kept filling up my plate, and my mother was like mortified. My Uncle Joe was like holding up, cracking, laughing. We walked
So
away.
you almost started a brodel at your cousin's wedding because you had to get to the fucking mashed potatoes before somebody else. John, is that what you're telling me?
Listen, wise guys don't wait in line.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So when you say I'm not a wise guy, you really are. You're a low-level wise guy, but you're a wise guy.
I'm a half
Yeah,
a
very
wannabe
low level.
wise guy.
Yeah, you're a wannabe wise
I'm
guy.
a
That's
half a
good.
wannabe
That's
wise
good.
guy.
I'll accept that terminology. We were at a party. One time. I'm gonna bust his balls over this because I never let him let it down because it's years ago now. We were at somebody's house, and we were just shooting the shit about, and the topic came up about wise guys and stuff like that.
Oh shit!
And I'm there with my honey, and John Gotti's name got mentioned, and I swear to this day, and this is why I break his balls about it. I've never heard Johnny more affectionate about somebody in their lives. He blurted out, he goes, I love John Gotti. With all the sincerity of someone like that, you've been married to your wife for 50 years. He's like, I love my wife. And he says he was kidding, but he loves all that wise guy shit. And that's, I will never
That's
let
what
him
my
down because
mother says.
I've never seen him more sincere in my life than when he said, I love John Gotti.
No, I was like, I love John Gotti.
No, you were not like that. You were like, I love John Gotti.
I don't.
Like you were longing for John Gotti.
He's
John.
so full of shit. My mother said,
love
whenever
John
I
Gotti.
mention anything like that, my mother, she clicks.
Hey, Gotti just went away to jail, right?
Which
One
one?
of the kids?
John?
No.
Who?
The one that was, I want to say, I don't want to get sued if I say the wrong name. I know one of the kids just went to jail for something.
Carmine?
Maybe him. There's Carmine, Frankie, and John.
Right.
Then there's the grandson that's the fighter.
Yeah, yeah. John
Is it the
Gotti.
fighter? Is it the fighter?
Somebody's
Or
a
the jail
fighter.
for something?
That's
a
his.
big
That's
fighter.
he's connected with them. The fighter.
Boxer, right?
Yeah, it's a
Well,
grandson.
he's somebody's son. He's one of the kids. He's a grandson of John.
grandson.
See, that's just shows
Maybe
you
him.
how-
I just read it that one of them went to jail for something. You know,
I know one of them got in trouble because of some
you would know.
tax
You're the
evasion or
expert.
something. With
Yeah,
his
so which one
tanning
was it?
salon. Yeah, that's what it was.
Which one
is
was
a
it?
I think it
fighter,
was
though, right?
Carmine.
It was
Sorry?
One is a fighter, a boxer, right?
Yeah, but that's John
Or
Gotti.
UFC or something like
John
that.
Yeah.
Gotti 3 or 4 or whatever it is.
Yeah, grandson. John's grandson.
Yeah, that's
He's
the sense.
he's Johnny's kid, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
See, if I love John Gotti that much, I would know about all that stuff. When I said I love John Gotti, he used to amuse me. He was a little too flamboyant, like you said, Nick. If he
little?
if he didn't want to be a show off, that's what I
He
used to.
destroyed everything that was good
Well,
about.
Sammy the Bull
organized crime,
actually
if you
bought-
can say that.
Sammy the Bull ratted him out.
No, but it wasn't Sammy that.
Well,
really-
because Sammy was getting ready to
John
get killed,
Cena did it
bro.
himself.
Does he have a podcast?
Yeah, but from talking, I guess, right?
Yeah,
they got him on.
talking.
They got him on the tape.
He was singing, not talking.
Well, listen, I guess he didn't know they had wiretaps in there. He should have been more smarter, right?
Besides the talking too much, outside of that, he had the guys come in, all the captains come in every Wednesday at the Ravenite, and they're all standing outside. He gave the FBI on a silver platter, gave him everybody.
He was a show off.
So that was
Yeah,
the
well,
bad
that's what
thing.
it was.
Yeah, the guy was a show.
No mob boss ever did things like that.
Yeah.
You just don't do that.
No,
He
you got to.
enjoyed the notoriety.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you got to stay low key, like the real mob bosses. You said you don't know where they
Yeah,
are.
Angelo Bruno was one of the key, great example from Philly. You had Angelo Bruno, Colin Gambino. You never even knew that guy had a house in Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. Modest house. Nobody even knew who he was. They thought he was just a little old grandfather. You know, he knew how to keep a low profile.
Hey, Nick, what do you think is the most realistic mob movie or television show ever made, in your opinion? Because I know we talk about this once in a while, and you'll say, well, that wasn't real, and I had a
The
problem.
most realistic,
Yeah, what do you think?
meaning
Because you know, like I said,
Yeah.
you know the life. You grew up in the life.
Donnie Brasco was the most real, meaning the way they are, the way their lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie was totally inaccurate from the beginning to the end.
But I'm saying, which movie do you think was closest to what you know?
Oh, accuracy-wise?
Yeah.
None.
Because I love Donnie Brasco as a movie. I love it. It's a very underappreciated
If you don't know
film.
the
think
real
you-
story, a lot of those things are great.
Well, I think the most, if to answer Lou's question, I would think Kill the Irishman.
That was
Vinny
okay.
Vella was in it. Our friend Vinny was in
right,
it.
Yeah, God bless Vinny.
Kill the Irishman, I think, was the most accurate, even though it was not as didn't have the
Good
much-
movie, though.
didn't
Nobody,
have the
nobody saw
fanfare.
Kill the Irishman.
I'm sorry.
Nobody saw Kill the Irishman.
Yeah,
It's a good
it's
movie,
not-
underappreciated
It was
film.
it was like an underground movie. Like
was very good. It was
someone
very
has to
well
turn
Was that
down-
an indie? It was just an indie flick?
No, it was a studio picture when it came out in the day.
Yeah.
Who else was in that?
Paul Sorvino was in it. Paul Sorvino was in
The
it.
lead was an
Christopher
English
Walken.
actor, I believe.
Yeah, I remember.
Very
him.
good in it.
I remember Vinny in it. I remember
Very
Vinny.
good in it.
Yeah, Christopher Walken was in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's right.
Christopher
Walken
Walken.
was
That's
in
what
it?
I was going to say. See,
Yeah.
speaking of Vinny Vella, I'm looking at him right now. This guy named Garry D. Morgan. He just released a book called "Who's Better Than Me." It's about Vinny Vella's
Vella,
life.
yeah. I heard about
He's
that.
going to be on in a couple of weeks. He sent me a book in the mail. I didn't get to read it yet. Unfortunately, I got a shitload of books.
Yeah, what a business, huh, Joe? What a business.
Yeah.
It's scary. It is because you gamble your whole life, And very few people actually could say they made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless if you're a working actor or a working musician, you're still grinding though.
That's what I do every day. Is from when I get up in the morning to when I go to bed at night. I'm constantly looking for work.
That's why when I get a lot of like independent people from my late night show, up late show, you got any advice for me? I mean, if you don't love what you're doing and you don't have 110% into that, don't even do it.
Yeah.
Because you can't count on it.
You have to sacrifice. You have to make sacrifices.
It's a whole sacrifice. And normally our friends at music or entertainment, or they're going to act in the music, by the time they're 30, normally most of them bail. And they do a regular, have babies, they get married, they get a real job, because you got to sacrifice.
Yeah.
If you want a family, and you can't be a starving actor unless you want to be on, live like a dog.
Can't have kids unless you pay for them. So I don't have any kids. I always put the business first, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm blessed now. I'm with my honey for 24 years.
I don't have kids either, and that was my main thing when I had a second chance in life to start over in my early 20s, and I went full time with the music business. I came from a good family. Mom and dad were in love until my father died. My father treated my mom like a princess. Family dinners, there was always food on the table. So that's what I was brought up with. If I was going to be with a woman and get married, I would have to give that. So if I was going to be on tour with a band and trying to make it, where am I going to be? I wouldn't be able to be a good father.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair.
I wouldn't be an absent father. Just my family wasn't built like that. So I mean, I sacrificed, but I knew at an early age I didn't want kids. I just didn't.
Well, I think it depends, really. I mean, if you want to bring your family with you on your ride, you can probably do that.
If you got
There's
money
certain
coming
actors
in.
who've done that.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson is one of them.
Well, that's different. If you
Right?
make it already, that's different. You got money in the bank, that's different. You could do your craft. But if you're just relying on, and you're starting out young, and you're a rock, want to be a rock star, you're touring, you're trying to get signed, you're an actor, you want to try to get into movies, you're sacrificing auditions, not making no money, waiting tables, whatever,
And how many stories about actors that were on their way up with their girl for years or their wife for years, and then they hit, and then they divorce them or dump them, and for greener pastures in their minds. I mean, there's a lot of stories like that.
Yeah.
One of the guys that I love, I'm not going to mention his name, but he did that.
Excuse me.
Another guy that I love, that's a famous comedian. You probably know by me just saying comedian. He did that. He was with somebody for many years, and he hit, and whoop, see you later.
You can't do it for the wrong reasons. Some people just do it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of
You're not having fun.
temptation in Hollywood, man. A lot of temptation.
A lot of
For everything.
temptation.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Yeah.
There's all temptations, man. You got to be strong. Tony Danza tells a great story. When he first went out to L.A. and he booked, what was his first show? Taxi, right? Was the name of the show that he booked. Now, Tony was a boxer at the time. Literally got plucked from obscurity, got the role on Taxi, and he said, they would tape Friday nights, and when he was going home after the taping on Friday night, he would get to this certain street, this certain road. He could make a left turn and hang out, or he could make the right turn and go home. And he said, thank God to this day that every night, every Friday night, I made the right turn, and I went home and did what I was supposed to do, and was able to have my career blossom and do wonderful things, and which led to Who's the Boss and all that stuff. Because again, it's very easy to make that left turn and say, "Nah, I'm gonna go get fucked up today, go get laid and all that kind of stuff." And then before you know it, you're fucking done. You just fucked yourself. There's plenty of young guys that have had opportunities that were basically given to them. It's like, oh, here's your opportunity, and they fuck it up because they want to make that left turn.
Right.
So again, I give Joe a lot of credit because Joe is not only acting, he's writing, he's producing, he hustles. He's an entrepreneur. He's doing his own thing, And look at Nick. Nick with the fedora. He's got balls to come in here with a fucking fedora and talk about the mob.
Hey,
I give him credit for that.
Don't bust my balls.
I love him.
They're fucking Johnny P.
I got a good example of what Lou just said, of somebody we both know who died recently, Angel Salazar.
Yeah.
Angel, I loved Angel.
God bless
Angel was a great guy.
Angel's the best.
Knew Angel a long time. And like Lou just said, he did Carlito's Way. He did Scarface. He did Boulevard Nights. He did so many great movies.
But he wanted to have his fun, too. He wanted to have his fun, too. He had his
But
demons.
he wanted to party and do the yayo and the girls. And it
caught up with him.
It took him it ruined him. I mean, he went into stand-up comedy, and he was very good at it, no less.
Yeah.
But it
Addiction.
ruined him. He made that left turn way too many times.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing because Angel was always a great guy.
Yeah.
He was always a
Even
good
when he
man.
was messed up, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
He was just a
Yeah,
good
he had
guy.
his demons. Look, Gandolfini, James, I mean, when he died from the heart attack in Italy, he had been sober for 14 years, and,
That long?
pretty much. He dabbled, but I mean, back in the day, he was really, really a heavy abuser into alcohol and drugs. But so when you do all that abuse, 14 years later, it caught up.
Listen,
with him.
some people,
his heart
yeah,
went because of the damage he did 15 years
But look,
ago.
he was overweight too. But
yeah.
I mean, that could have blew his
It
heart
would
up.
come and he would come and go. The weight would come and go and fluctuate, But those stories are too common. People making the left turn. Can't do it, man. If you want to succeed in this business, it's got to be the business first. It's got
I
to
think
be
a
this, your pathway, whatever you decide to do, whether it be a talk show host, an actor, writer, that has to come first. In a lot of instances, again, you're going to make a lot of sacrifices, and you do. There are people that get lucky that have a wife and kids early on or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But those stories are few and far between. It's you must sacrifice.
There has to be money. And guys, in closing, it's great having you on. That's our time. So we'll pick this up on another note. So, Nick, where can people find you on social media if they got to check out your stuff?
Nick Christopher, they can just Google me. I'm like on, I don't know how many freaking pages.
You're on the most wanted list on
Yeah,
Google.
most wanted list too.
That's
But,
it.
Were you ever on
Facebook,
the most wanted
Instagram.
list?
I'm sorry?
Were you ever on the most wanted?
No. Who knows? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Nick Christopher's, you'll find me. NickChristopher's.org is the website. I do.
And please go buy his books because I've read both of them. They're terrific, great stuff. Please go buy his
And
books.
Nick also, before we go, does a podcast.
Oh yeah,
Mob Tales.
Yeah, I do my own show called Mob Tales, which I interview ex-wise guys that were friends of mine, like Larry Mazza from the Colombo family, Andrew DiDonato from the Gambinos.
Well, guys who have played wise guys
Well,
on
guys
TV.
that played wise guys, like Lou
me.
Martini
And this is
Jr.
all on YouTube channel.
It's a YouTube channel,
Okay.
correct. So every week. We put it up there usually Monday, Tuesday's usually up.
Good stuff.
I asked Nick to put me on. He goes, I only put wise guys on the show. I go, "Oh, I'm a half a wise guy. See, I'm the meaning of it. So, Joe, where can people find you on social media?
Joe Sernio. That's it.
That's it. Come
That's
on.
it.
No,
I'm
Joe
on
Ser-
Instagram, Facebook, all
no
that good
dot
stuff.
com?
Yeah, there's a .com too, but
He's a
social media
humble
is
guy,
just-
Joe. What a good-looking guy. Ain't he good-looking? Forget
And look,
about
for,
it.
and look for
media.
Joe's stuff because anything that you see Joe Sernio's name on it, it's going to be a great project,
I
quality.
appreciate that.
Look for Joe's stuff all the time, man.
And my man Louis Hot Dogs, a.k.a. Louis Hot Dogs, thank you so much for
Your Eminence.
being my co-host. And
Yes.
we're trying to build up the modern-day version of the Howard Stern Show, but with busting balls. In time, we'll find where we are. But thank you so much for tuning in. All my late night and up late followers, all our fine young men here, their followers, and God bless you. Till next time.